Hello everyone, my name is Martyn Evans. I am Head of Product and one of the directors of Unboxed. We are a service design and digital product development company, and we like to help big picture thinkers solve knotty problems. We do this through building trusting relationships. We work in close collaboration across disciplines and domains, and we embed design thinking and agile principles into the culture of our clients' organizations. I'm a bit late to the AI party, but I asked ChatGPT about the problem of legacy technology in local government, and it said, local governments often have specific legacy technology challenges due to outdated systems that are heavily customized and difficult to replace or upgrade. This can make it more difficult to modernize operations and improve citizen services. Pretty good job by ChatGPT. I promise you that's the only thing ChatGPT will offer to this talk. So by legacy technology, we mean software, the management systems, the apps, the websites, the digital technology that our residents use to access our services and that we use every day to deliver them. We know they're not as good as they should be or could be, but we just can't seem to get rid of them. It's something we at Unboxed have been working with local council, central government, and indeed the NHS for a long time now. It's close to 20 years. And whilst we feel like we're making progress, we've clearly not yet solved the problem. So today I'd like to share some thoughts on how we might do more. It's been over 10 years now since the formation of GDS, the Government Digital Service, and it started to show the world how government departments could create really good digital services by adopting, amongst other things, user-centered design and agile delivery methods. In my opinion, this has had a hugely beneficial impact on public services, but it hasn't really delivered with highly complex services. What's more, it obviously needs lots of people with new digital skills. And it seems like central government is in scale-up mode now. It's working out how to spread these skills across government, build capability and capacity. Local government as a whole is a little bit behind central government in the adoption of this agile user-centered mindset, but it's definitely taking hold, and we're seeing loads of innovative new digital services within local government. However, local government is not central government, and the challenges are somewhat different. A key difference for me is that where central government tends to deliver a service just once nationally, such as apply for a driving license, many local authorities will deliver the same service slightly differently. Applying for planning permission is a good example. We'll talk about that in a little while. As a consequence, when they need a digital product to help them deliver their service, they all buy different products, or often they buy the same products but configure them in different ways. Now, highly configurable software seems really attractive to buyers, but the truth is that highly configurable software needs compromises and is rarely great for doing the specific job you need it to do. So councils then adapt their processes to allow for or work around the software, meaning that over time, the services become increasingly misaligned across councils. The product suppliers love this, as it means they can sell the same product to each council with variations. They can essentially charge for customization and configuration. The local authority market isn't very big, so this model really works well for them. The Department for Levelling Up, Housing and Community has been trying to help fix this problem through the Local Digital Fund. They've provided money to local councils for specific projects on the condition that the councils work collaboratively and that they sign up to the Local Digital Declaration, following a user-centered approach and an agile methodology. This is consistent with the GDS service standard and the Technology Code of Practice. Unboxed is very grateful for this. We've worked on many projects within local government, a couple of them funded by the Local Digital Fund, one of which I'll discuss in a moment. It seems to me that in the public sector, people are increasingly comfortable with this user-centered approach. In fact, it kind of comes naturally to a lot of people who are focused on serving the needs of citizens. Design, when done well, can be made very participatory, not just collaborative, but participatory, non-designers can actually get involved in the process. They can learn on the job how to do the kinds of things that designers do. Things like user research, journey mapping, design workshops, and other design activities. In my experience, learning to become a software developer is less accessible. It appeals to a smaller group of people. It's quite a specialist skill, and you need to spend lots of time in front of a screen writing and debugging code. I did it for many years, and I choose not to do it anymore. However, through agile practices, the process of software development can be demystified. Not necessarily the coding itself, but the process. And people that work in local government can take more ownership of that process. The main project we've been working on through the Local Digital Fund is the back office planning system, or BOPS, as you've probably heard it referred to. For the past 4 years, we've been working with a number of councils. I think we currently have over 20 partner councils on board, and we currently have a product in beta testing. Our aim is to establish a viable alternative to the 3 or 4 existing back office planning systems. It's taken a long time, but thanks to the great work of DLUC, the partner councils, and I'd like to say the Unboxed team, there are very positive signs that this project will succeed. Reflecting on this and other projects, however, there are 3 things that I believe we should consider and maybe do differently if we're really to tackle this problem of legacy technology. So for me, a service is a mechanism by which we deliver value to our users. A product is the thing that enables us to deliver that service. Software, websites, apps, back office management systems, these are all products, specifically digital products. Most services require some kind of digital product to enable the delivery of that service, and most products need a service around them in order to deliver value. Despite Unboxed positioning as service designers and digital product developers, our influence on the policies, processes, and resources, or the service around the digital product that we're working on, is often very limited. The problem we are asked to solve is often framed as, we need to replace this legacy technology. We have a bit of software, it's not good enough, it's not allowing us to deliver a good service, and we need to replace it. The assumption is, rightly or wrongly, that the products are in themselves the problem, or the suppliers of the products. And I think that whilst there's an element of truth in this, framing the problem as a product problem rather than a service problem is a mistake. Returning to the example of BOPS, the aim of this project, as I've said, is to create a user-centered back office planning system. So according to our user-centered design principles, we identified council planning officers as our primary users. They are the people whose pain we're trying to alleviate. Now, the vast majority of planning officers acknowledge that existing planning software isn't very good. They'd like something better. However, all their current processes are built around those existing products, and they are often experts with that bit of software. So the frame of reference for describing their needs is limited by the existing product. They want the new product to do pretty much everything that the old products do, only better. They also want it to do some other things. Add to that the fact that it has to do these things ever so slightly differently in every council, and the fact that it might need to do some things in other related services, such as building control. And what you end up with is a pretty complicated bit of software being created in a pretty complex environment. So I believe we have to design new services or redesign the old ones and the products we need to deliver those services. And we need to do this collaboratively across councils. This involves cross-council, cross-discipline collaboration on service design, not just product design or UX design, but on service design. We have to do the really hard work of standardizing services and processes across councils. I know there's a lot of resistance to this idea, but I maintain, whilst there are variations in the needs of service users between different councils, most of the variation in the way those services are delivered is due to organizational factors, things like policy interpretation, culture, and of course, systems, rather than actual user needs. If we're able to collectively compromise on the differences and focus on the commonality between the needs of our service users, rather than the peculiarities of our internal users, then we'd stand a far better chance of actually shifting the needle on this problem of legacy technology. The second thing I'd like to say is that we need to prototype and test the product we need rather than describing its features on a shopping list. We've been using an MVP, or minimum viable product approach, on BOPS, where we're trying to launch the simplest product that the councils could use and would adopt. However, for me, the MVP should not be the product in itself, but an iterative process of learning what the product should be. This process has to involve close collaboration between domain experts, designers, and developers, because you need to understand what is desirable, feasible, and viable. Once you've designed the service you want to deliver, and you have a deep understanding of the products you need to support that delivery, then you can make good decisions about how to create or procure those products. The final point I'd like to make is that you need to own the technology. Things will change over time. Your service users will have new needs and your service will have to respond. The products you use will also have to evolve alongside the service. Agility means the ability to change direction at speed. And whilst you might not have all the necessary skills in-house to actually change the product, you have to own the process of change. Don't buy the product that a provider is selling or even the agency is building for you. Buy the relationship with them and the processes they follow. Otherwise, you'll be stuck with products that may have worked once, but no longer work, the legacy technology of the future. I know DLOOK are looking at business models to carry BOPS into the future, and we have some thoughts of our own at Unboxed about how local government technology could be sustained and not become legacy. I personally think the products need to sit in organizations that are commercially sustainable, but I don't believe they should be commercially driven. It's perhaps a longer conversation. So I hope you find these reflections thought-provoking. I'd love to talk to you about them at another time. But I have a bit of a provocation for everybody. We at Unboxed are trying really hard to make a difference. We're really trying to help you make better use of technology in local government. We've worked with some very innovative councils over the years, and we've built some great products with them, but not quite managed to get them over the line. And they've reverted back to the apparently safe space of their legacy technology. So my provocation is, don't give up. Let's keep thinking hard about how we leave a positive technology legacy rather than yet more legacy technology. Thank you very much.